Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century.
Who you gonna call? Coon Busters. Good morning. This is Dr. Randy Short, host of Coon Busters, where we really don't give a damn about respectability coons or any kind of coon. About no good, stupid, counterproductive, boule, Illuminati, discredit to Black people. We don't like you. I don't like you. We need a civil war against scummy, sellout, blackneck, Negroidian, sellout traitors in our community who are participating in our destruction incrementally. Yes, as you can tell, I'm pissed. Let's just say today is February 1st, the first day of Black History Month for 2019. It's approximately 2:05 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm in Washington, D.C. And this is my follow-up on what I told you about the actor and the fallout from Jussie Smollett, the openly gay, Cape Town colored South African actor from Empire who's openly gay, who lied and said two white men who were Trump supporters attacked him and tried to put a rope around his neck and poured bleach on him. This thing is falling apart. It's not true. It didn't happen like he said it did, and I told y'all it's a lie. There's so many racist police, so many racist politicians, so many racist city administrators and folks across this country hurting Black people that should be targeted by our community, and they're not being targeted. And yet everybody, to a fault, jump and run behind this guy who's not even from this damn country. I want to get into this for a second. First and foremost, you don't know me that well, but I want to say to you that Jussie Smollett is what's called a Cape Town colored. These are people who do not identify as Black in South Africa. They identify as close as they can to white people, not all, but many. They have great issues about not liking themselves. They have a huge issue with drugs, gayness, alcoholism, and confusion because they want to be and identify more with whites than the Black South Africans. This is a fact, and I need to say this. I have colored roots. I have family from Cape Town, somehow way back. I'm Black, happy about it. 100 years ago, Black folks in the United States were called colored. 100 years ago, just about, the South African government, as a means to make certain that Blacks were divided, came up with this category of colored as a means to get those people who were mixed to identify against Africans and to be almost their cannon fodder to keep Black folks down. Are all coloreds bad people? No, many coloreds are wonderful, fine people. I really like them. However, there is a history and a legacy of these folks being suck-ups, sex toys. That's why they have all the gay pride in Cape Town to go in and screw the poor, light-skinned Black folks who are like exotics. This is real. This is what they won't tell you. And it's not just him, Trevor Noah, another South African mulatto. What I don't like right now in American entertainment is that there are no jobs for Black American actors and actresses. They're getting people from Africa because they're working on replacing us, not just with sanctuary cities, but even the imageries. You're not going to even have real Black American or actors or actresses anymore, and it's unfair. Or they're from the Caribbean. Now, you tell me an African American that's making it in African films, an African American making it in Caribbean films, or in Europe, typically not. Those folks don't open up and say, oh, you're Black, you're one of us. And they shouldn't have to. It's their country. I'm not mad at people having their own country, their own nationality, having their thing, but we're Black folks is our damn thing. that other folks can't just walk up in. And to be a black person or person that's partially black from another place and come in and promote gayness in our community, what a disgrace. Now I'm gonna get to Jesse's ass, don't worry, because I told y'all this was a hoax. I told y'all this was a hoax. I told you this is a goddamn hoax. It's a lie. I'm sorry, whatever injury, he got beat up, whatever, he had Grindr in his phone. I don't know what it is he did, but it wasn't what he said. And all that that guy has done is given people who hate black people's guts on the right-wing side ammunition to attack us. We're going to get nothing out of it. And dude, he can't sing. He can't sing. And as sick in our brains as black folks are about light skin, he didn't have to go out trolling. There's somebody that doesn't like the way they look, that like to rub bones with him. So whatever he did, and maybe he has that Grindr app in his phone or some gay apps to meet up people. I just posted, he don't want to give up his phone to the police. Was he trying to make a sex video for his manager to see him get it on with some white boys and act out like he's Emmett Till or do some lynching scene and it went wrong? Why'd he make the police turn their cameras off in his house? They're investigating it based on his flimsy ass story. But let's get to some other people. First and foremost, I want to talk about someone I can't stand, Roland Martin. Roland Martin, if you spend as much time ignoring your caloric intake as you did investigating this story, you would have gone slow before jumping in foot first in this, because you're going to be made to look, not only will you be fat, you will be a fool, okay? With your bloated, okay, boule, man titty ass looking like you're an idiot. That, you know, you don't jump in, you haven't gone in on Ed Buck. You're not talking about Ed Buck. You haven't gone in on Ed Buck. I mean that. This man is a modern day Gacy, John Wayne Gacy, who probably has black men's bodies buried in his houses in Arizona, North Carolina, and Florida. And your bloated ass hasn't ever gone out where black gay men, since you care so much, and maybe you should be the grand marshal for a gay pride day in Houston where you're from, since you're so into it. If you really cared about gay lives that happen to be black, or at least partially so, you would be in on Ed Buck. You're phony and you're mad. And Kamala Harris, you lying bitch. You know that you never did anything for black people. You should do a citizen's arrest for Edward Buck, but you're not going to do it because he's giving you money and you are friends with Schiff, the congressperson for that district, and you're down with these folks killing people because you're a Jamaican and you don't care. And Roland Martin, you're Haitian, partially Haitian. You don't do anything for Haiti and you don't do anything for us here. And you're a Greek. All of you both Greeks, AKA, and I think he's a Sigma. Whatever it is, it's bogus. And y'all are Darwinian, Luciferian phonies with double lives. I don't care if you're married. Prove to me that y'all are legitimate people. Every time you see them, they're promoting LGBTQ. They're not really fighting for anything black. They talk enough black to use us. Lee Daniels, I'm glad your father beat your ass for wearing your mother's shoes. They weren't your shoes. You had no business putting them on. You needed to wear your own shoes the same way you need to be your own sex, which you're not trying to be. And you claim that Smollett's your son. Well, you didn't raise his ass right. In fact, you raised him to be just like you, confused, promiscuous, and into a whole bunch of salacious stuff that you wouldn't want anybody to know about. And I can go on and on. Everybody that's lined up behind Smollett, Maxine Waters with that little bogus wig, you need to get a new one, and you need to get a new facelift because the thing is falling like 10 cakes in a in a wind tunnel. I mean, you look bad, sister, and you're no longer doing anything for us. Now, who else? Whoever's come forward for Smollett, they're moving. They're trying to do this. Cory Booker. What about the white boy that says you tried to rape him in the bathroom? Okay. Y'all need to be careful because they're going to come out for y'all. Roland Martin, you're going to be made to look like, you know, you sound like Porky Pig trying to do a Shaft impression. That's what I get from your voice, okay? That's what I get. And I'm one of the ignorant people that you talked about in your car while I'm in my house saying, I would rather be ignorant than be as stupid as you to be duped by this. You didn't investigate. And this is the second time, Roland Martin, and 2 years that you've run with some gay doggerel. Last year, you were defending the boy that got all the money unfairly from Howard University because he's gay, and the gay people in the administration building and the financial aid department or student services gave him more money when other kids were starving, other kids were homeless, other kids had no heat, other kids working 2 or 3 jobs, other kids being thrown out of Howard University. You didn't interview them. You got the little pretty boy. I wonder why. I'm asking, Roland, what are you, man? You're supposedly a preacher. A preacher is bound to follow the Bible. Leviticus 18 and 19 applies. You studied at the seminary in Louisiana. You went to that white conservative seminary. You're not practicing any of it in relationship to just all your show hosts. It's like there's never been a straight show host that you want on there. Your guest. I mean, dude, people are looking at you and folks are talking about you. And you look like a picture of Kool-Aid when you wear the red and orange shirts on. You need to wear something white. Maybe you look like a container of milk, but that's better than looking like Hey Kool-Aid. Yes, I said it. It's true. You do look like Hey Kool-Aid. And get a bra or something, you know. And one thing that you could do, you may not be able to control Smollett's personal life, but man, wear a t-shirt. I mean, look at a man titty hanging under your arm. I mean, and you can afford to. I mean, come on. And the green and yellow one, the shirt you had on the African shirt, you look like an unripened pineapple. Okay. I mean, I just have to talk about you. I mean, and you're in the wrong issue. No, we're not going to vote for Kamala. We're not going to vote for Corey. We're going to keep making these videos. Independent black media is in rebellion. This is a civil war. We hate the boule. The Divine Nine can go to hell. If I could wipe my behind with the Divine Nine and flush it, I would do it. Okay. And I wouldn't look back to see that it went down because I know it would. Y'all going down. Now let's talk about Smollett. I just had to get some of that vitriol, you know, because these people make me sick. There are leaders. Here's a person with some money, a multimillionaire. Roland Martin could have really done some investigation. He could have talked to some people in Chicago and thought about where this man said he was. And how are you, one hand, trying to get hung? There's no breaking an entry in the man's house. They didn't break into his house. How do you get the rope around his neck? Why would they put bleach on him versus acid? Acid will damage and make your skin whiter. Why bleach? Did they manufacture this? Was this all created so this little lynching bill that hit a snag that they wanted to include gays, both Kamala and Corey, and they get this dude and he's like what do you call it? A black flag, a gay black flag operation, a false flag operation, so they could get this gay stuff in. That's when I'm beginning to think about this. This is going to go bad. Now, Smollett, the police come to his home, and he won't give them the telephone, but part of his story is that his manager was listening. Is he trying to make a video and show me and the white boys, we're going to role play? I'm going to role play the little houseboy, the little masse's son, getting taken down by the 2 white field hands who are so mad to see the hot little mulatto boy that nobody can get. And they say, what was he doing? Some sick ritual like that, and it went wrong? And that's why you won't give up your phone? Or do you have all these Mapplethorpe pictures all in your house, and you didn't want the cameras to show people how wild you are? What's going on, Smollett? It's not true, whatever you're saying. The story's falling apart. And the gays and all the little coons and the sexuality coons have circled the wagon to try to give this story life. But this thing is going to implode next week sometime. And let me give you some scenarios. Smollett's going to end up being forced to apologize. Smollett's going to end up being repudiated by the gays who've been made to look stupid. All the people that jumped in that came raced to his defense because he was light-skinned and gay, and maybe they had a piece, you know. If you're out 2 in the morning looking for it, what are you doing in the daytime? Holy Jesus. Whoa. What were you doing in the daytime? Okay. I don't want to know. So, and again, Roland Martin, you should have seen the way he was looking at the guy at Howard University who had gotten all that financial aid money, the way Roland Martin was just looking at him. I mean, he almost was kissing him. He was so close to his face when he was asking him questions. I mean, he was up on him. I mean, he was in that man's grill. I mean, Roland, yeah, we're going to start hounding you, pounding you. Okay, all the other folks. Back to Smollett. I told you it was a hoax. Initially, we were told he was outside somewhere, right? Now it's in his house. No breaking and entering. Don't you think if you beat someone's ass, you wouldn't at least take an ashtray or a bottle of liquor or something? You just come in and you hate that much. You didn't steal anything. You didn't destroy anything. You just hit him and left. Come on, y'all. And you mean when someone's in your house attacking you, so you say, you got your manager on the phone listening? Why weren't you calling the damn police versus talking to your manager? Who's your manager to you? Is he your man? Or is he one of the side pieces? Or do you guys share this stuff where you want him to hear what a good time you have with those two men, whether they were white, black, or other? Did you tell them to put on ski masks? Do you have some fantasy about getting gang raped by Trump supporters? Oh, I just want to seduce those strong, angry white men and make them gay like me. And so we can change this country and move it forward, right? What, I don't know. But your story's not true. You're not cooperating with the authorities. You're not working with the police. Taxpayer money's being spent. Folks shot all over California, and all these resources are dedicated to your bullshit, to your hoax. The whole media. And again, real black American gay men are being murdered by Edward Buck, who has houses. And I'm wondering how many black men. And I don't want them in the gay life, but I don't want them murdered any more than I want your ass beat. However, you get all the attention as a foreign, mulatto, gay, and nothing again. This is like illegal migrants in the country get all the attention, and the black people get left behind in sanctuary city bullshit. It's a hoax, dude. You need to come clean. And let me share something with you. If dude really feels ashamed, they're going to say, we're gay shaming him. You can't sing. You cannot sing. Okay? You look like Queen Latifah with the beard, but you can't sing. All right? You can't. You look like a light-skinned Queen Latifah that can't sing. Look, you've got to come clean. And for all the black victims of racism across the country that have been hurt, that never got the attention, I'm angry on their behalf. I'm telling y'all, what's in his phone? I'm certain. Lots of porn. I wonder if there's kitty porn in his phone. His career might be over. In fact, they may pull Empire off the air. And Lee Daniels, man, you're a disgrace. I don't watch your movies. I don't like you. And from all the damage that you've done to black people, I wish I could give your father $50 for every time he whooped your ass when you were young. He obviously didn't beat you enough. I mean, for you to do all this stuff, to push all this stuff, I don't see you raising any money for HIV/AIDS in Atlanta. I don't see you. We've got tens of thousands of black folks. You love gays so much. Get their ass some retrovirals. Get them some counseling. Get them some help when they were raped when they were young, instead of telling people how glorious it is to be in this shit. You make me sick, Lee Daniels. You're a scam, Lee Daniels. And eventually, as the climate in this country changes, black folks are going to turn on you. I hope people like me criticizing you, calling you out. And by the way, why didn't you shave before you came on TV crying? Man, you look like, damn, an otter with no clams. Oh, you're my son. You're from America. You should have told them not to go out cruising. It's dangerous. You're silly. And you're perverse and twisted. And only a twisted person will do all this kind of stuff. Now, just wait until we hear Jussie when he gets under trouble and when the folks can't cover for this lie anymore. He's going to come out crying talk about when he was young and how he got molested, and they'll probably find some way to blame black men for it. Believe that. It's coming to us, black men. Even if you don't watch Empire, even if you've never molested anyone, they're going to find some way to make black men responsible for what happens to people. Damn, it should be 911 blame straight black men. I don't watch Empire. I never want to watch Empire. It's not like I haven't seen some cinema that's gay in my life, but the reason I hate the show is that the young black people who don't know about rectal prolapses and the viruses and all the things that are out there are being led by a Pied Piper of sodomy into something, and there'll be nobody there for them. Their families will give up on them. They'll be outcast. By the way, this isn't a heart of hatred. This is a heart of compassion, who's sick of seeing people die young. I come from a family of counselors, and I've watched black gay men die for 50 years. My mother worked with black men dying from syphilis in the 60s. I've been watching it my whole life. The wages of sin is death. And definitely, if you're doing this stuff, you're going to get caught up and hurt. They make it look nice. They're flowers and sports cars and poodles and so forth. But at the end of the day, it's empty. It's not the same as setting down your roots, finding a lady and raising children, being fruitful and multiplying versus subtracting and dividing. Real talk, couldn't give a damn who doesn't like it. Whether one is married or not, at least it's your ideal. Maybe single, may not have children, but would love the idea of family, would love to have that. Now, look at the people who don't value family, who don't like children, who like abortion, and like baby parts being sold. It's nasty. Now, I just want to say this. Eventually, the Chicago police are going to have to give their report. And when they do, I hope Smollett doesn't take his own life, but he's going to be embarrassed. And watch the gay folks go into damage control, and they're going to try to find another story somewhere where gay folks have been hurt so they can regain the national attention. But I want to bring to everybody's attention February 5th, 2019, 12 noon, the National Press Club, Washington, D.C., the Gone Too Far movement will be attacking the pedophile amnesty bill, which they call the Equality Act. Yours truly will be calling out the Congressional Black Caucus, or what I say, the Congressional Black Circus, for their treason, for almost 100% of them coming out in favor of replacing black people with gays, transgenders, pedophiles, necrophiliacs, and the civil rights laws. Yes, your black Democrats like Maxine Waters are gutting the civil rights laws to replace the issues that deal with the immutability of being an actual woman or a black person with sexuality. It's literally a reparations bill for homosexuals, for sodomites, for whatever, catamites, whatever you want to say. And Kamala Harris and Cory Booker are the Senate sponsors for this bill. It's going to set black people back 100 years. And I believe that this whole Smollett thing, where they want this so-called lynching law, y'all thought that Kamala, that little hoe, who's a Jamaican Hindu, you really thought that she cared, and you thought Cory Booker cared. They're really looking at ways to defend gay folks from when folks get angry at the predation, because there are sex predators out there that attack children. Is everyone gay? No. There are all kinds of predators. However, out of, say, 4 or 5% of the population, they're more than overrepresented. That's a fact. Why it is? Well, I can give you a theological answer. In Romans 1, it says God gives people over to a reprobate mind. Reprobate mind, reprehensible acts. I didn't plan to talk too long on this one because it's time for me to go to sleep. But I told you it was a hoax. What's in his phone is all kinds of stuff to prove that none of this stuff happened like he said it did. There's no video yet with all the cameras up everywhere. There should be something, but there's not because it's not what he said. He's gonna keep living his life trying to make money. His family's behind him because he's a meal ticket. They're the ones that probably turned him out when he was young anyway. Okay, then just calling it like it is. This is sad, but instructive. And for all the people that are tired of the tyranny of the LGBTQ, which is basically a white male homosexual empowerment movement, a homosexual white supremacist empowerment movement at the expense of black men and black women who are suckers who think that gays like them because they want to be black women. They don't want to be black women. They want to take your black man and get rid of you, sterilize you, in case you don't know. All right? And that's real talk. Feminism is evil. Feminism is heretical. Feminism is an abomination. Feminism is wicked. Feminism is stupid. Feminism is mental illness. I said that too. All right. God bless black people. God bless black men and women. God bless our ancestors. God bless America where we live, in Africa and the Caribbean and diaspora. And hopefully Smollett and all the other black folks that are caught up in this stuff will hear from God and get out of this stuff and not need to look for sex at 2 a.m, not need to role play slave boy and master's sons or whatever he was doing, or he was trying to do James Byrd with some KY jelly. Whatever it is, need to leave it behind. That's it. I'm out. Coon Busters, B1. This is Dr. Randy Short signing off. First day of February, Black History Month. Make history, not mystery. Be a real man, be a real black woman, be a real black senior or black youth. Do something to free your people. Do something to enlighten your mind. And avoid coons. Ostracize them, have nothing to do with them. Sister, stop giving them cooch. Brother, stop laying the pipe if she's a coon. Stop buying from other people that don't like us. Stop going to church with coon preachers. Stop being a crescent coon Muslim, following people from the Middle East, all concerned about everything in the Middle East, and you can't take a stand in your neighborhood. Be an independent instead of a Democrat. Vote for freedom. Vote with your dollars. Vote with your associations. Learn to read, learn to write, grow your own food, be self-sufficient, do something for yourself and then for others. And if enough of us can come together and coalesce, we need a Nat Turner Independent Freedom Party that deals holistically with economics, with business, with philosophy, and self-defense. These are things that we need. I know there are other people who think like I do. I don't have all the answers. I don't have all the pages in the book. I may have a table of contents and nothing more. We need to come together. There's going to be a lot more embarrassments until we come together and get tired of this. Get tired of this. And yes, anybody, and this is directed towards the folks who are most offended by my videos, if you put your sex ahead of the survival of your people, you are a traitor. You are a traitor. You're an enemy to your people. White homosexuals are white first. Why do black homosexuals, black, whatever they call it, black sodomites, put sex ahead of the people? Because it's a way to sell us out. Okay? You are a sellout if you put that foolishness ahead of your people's survival. Okay? And when you're in the hospice, dying and sick, the other folks from other races, I've been in the hospitals and seen they treat y'all like dirt. It's the old black women from the church and other people that you don't want to listen to. They're going to be the people that try to put the dirt on your casket the way things are going. This is real talk. I've seen it time and time again. Y'all need to wake up, and there's nothing normal about pretending that you're a woman inside a man's body. You are what your DNA and God says you are. I'm out.